Let's get ready to rumble!
Salute to everybody in the building. It's your boy, it's your host. You know who it is, man. Ryan from the 6. We here, man, talking that boxing. We had a great freaking weekend, man. Make sure if you just tuned in, smash that like button, show some love to the stream. We are recapping the weekend. We recapping Boots Ennis getting a stellar performance victory over Xander Zayas, as well as the rest of that undercard was pretty good, man. Jahad Tucker, he had a good performance against Daniel. Ben Whitaker, he definitely showed up and showed out, man. He put on a performance too. And Emiliano Vargas, man, got a highlight reel knockout. It was really a good weekend, man, in boxing. And shout out to Eddie Hearn and Top Rank for getting together. Anytime we get cross promotion fights in boxing, I feel like those are our biggest events, man. I feel like that's when boxing shines, when we get those cross events, with the two different promoters. And look what we got, man. It was a star-studded card. I loved what I saw, man. It looked like the Barclays was rocking and booming. Everybody was having a good time. Man, shout out to everybody who went out to the fights, man. If anybody in the chat went out, let me know how the atmosphere was in the building. But I did do the live fight chat here, and salute to everybody who showed up with me, man. And it was a good night of boxing, man. Outside of like the dead time between fights, which I hate, and like I said, man, that's probably the one thing that Zuffa and UFC got on boxing, is like they move the fights along, man. Here in boxing, we be holding up, telling a whole bunch of stories, just doing a whole bunch of nothing, man. And it really it's annoying, bro. It's straight up annoying. I'm just gonna say that, bro. But salute to everybody in the building, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button when you tap into the stream. Like Ann Wolf, y'all.
Did not really fight her.
It's finito, man. And shout out to Boots, man. He is rated now in the pound for pound list. We'll see, man. We'll see what can happen with Boots Ennis. Yo, flexing is stepping, bro, y'all. My man got the funny. Yo, you and Polo Buck, y'all got the funniest profile pics ever, bro. He got my man Ness in the weight vest, yo. Salute to flexing and stepping. Salute to my guy Eddie Alvarez in the building. What's going on, Eddie Alvarez? Always rocking out with me, man. I appreciate you, dog. Always showing love, man. He said thanks to Xander eating crow, man. Yeah, Xander got you eating crow, dog, man. We gotta serve it up, bro. Yeah, man, Xander, man. Shout out to flexing and stepping, man. He said Big Philly, yeah, bro. Shout out to Boots Ennis, man, who lands on the pound for pound list, number 9, I believe. I honestly think, man, like that's a good spot for him. I think Boots Ennis is a great talent, man. We're gonna talk about him in a second here. Rayo Venezuela, man, he also had a good show out. He went ahead there and packed up Edwin De Los Santos. I thought for sure he was gonna get that one done, man, and he did. And he got hurt low key. I'm not gonna front on y'all. He got hurt a bit in that fight, man. There was a split second there. I was like, yo, man, Rayo may look like he gonna be back on his pockets, man. The way he was going in there trying to get at Edwin, but he ended up winning the fight. I also picked Kane Sandoval. He also won the fight. I figured he was just gonna outdog Brandon Lee, man, and that's what he did. Brandon Lee, I just feel like Brandon Lee just never got in a real fight, bro. That's what it came down to me with Brandon Lee. I was like, bro, he never just been tested, bro. But salute to everybody, man, rocking out with me, coming into the building. I appreciate y'all for supporting the channel, man. It's growing slowly but surely, but we here, man. And salute to everybody who rocking out. And if anybody ain't rocking out with me, man, they gotta pack up and get out of boxing, bro, ASAP.
18 in boxing, like, what's some tips?
I ain't gonna lie. 1 and 18?
Yeah.
Stop boxing.
Yeah, man. Some of these guys got to get loose, bro. Get loose. Shout out to Flex and Stepping. He said, "My city on top, baby." Hell yeah, man. Yo, it's Philly's on top, bro. Shout out to Jerome Boots Ennis, man. You know, I definitely been one of the people that have been on the fence with him, but for me, I'm not one of them people now that is saying like, "Oh, I need to see more." I hear people saying some crazy stuff. I'm gonna get into it when I get into my breakdown, bro. But nah, Jerron did what he was supposed to do. Shout out to Eddie Alvarez. Said shout out to Rayo. Yeah, Rayo got that second round stoppage. Logan Little, salute, man. Welcome to the chat. Salute, brother. He said it was a matter of who gets who first in that Rayo fight. Now, you're right, bro. And I feel like Rayo was just a little bit more sharper. And like that's what I wanted to get to with Rayo. I didn't really get to make my real breakdown on Zuffa. But with Rayo and in that situation, I just felt like, look, man, Rayo he's been a champ since. He's fought the better opposition since they last fought. I just felt like a lot of those intangibles was going his way. But, you know, some people were saying maybe Edwin just got his number. And I wasn't even mad at when people were saying that because I'm like, yo, we see that every day where a guy just got your number, bro, no matter what you do. So I wasn't mad at the people that were saying that. I totally get it, man. But, yeah, man, activity matters, yo. At least for me, activity matters in boxing. And I think that my man over there, Dallas Santos, those whatever 45 seconds that he had, yeah, bro, that those 45 seconds weren't good enough to get him acclimated for this fight, bro. At least I don't think so. But yeah, man, let's get into it. Let's deep dive into it. I may have a guest come through, man. My man Keith Jason. He's also a member of Millions. Has a great podcast, a great forum as well. Platforms. He may come up and jump up here and give his intake on the fight weekend as well. But yeah, man, if he does come up, I'll just revisit it. That's not an issue, man. I love to hear everybody's opinions, get new opinions, get new insight on how people are thinking, and if people, you know things that I may not know. It's always good to hear, man. So shout out to everybody tuning in. But right now, bro, Jerron Boots Ennis is entering, is what we're saying, or some people are saying, the Boots era, man. And with that comes a lot in the territory. You know, you're gonna get a lot of haters, man. We done seen it once we start crowning guys, faces of boxing and this and that and the third, and they start fighting some of the other better guys that people, or the popular guys that people like, you know, they get dubbed a certain way, man. And Jerron Boots Ennis, to me, that was a great performance. He controlled the fight, like pretty much the whole fight, except for the third round. And it wasn't even like the whole third round, bro. It was just a moment in the third round. Xander just didn't have enough, to jump on Boots and get it done. But yo, Jerron Boots Ennis, he fought through that shit. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this performance was a complete performance because it was domination, a little bit of adversity where he got caught, and he weathered that shit like it was nothing. Like, he didn't really hold and grab. He bit down, was still throwing back. So for me, it was like, okay, Jerron Boots Ennis is passing the test right now. He got hurt, and he's still like dogging it out, man. He didn't fold. He didn't go to the running. He didn't revert to holding. He did things in a way for me where I was like, damn, bro, Jerron Boots Ennis, he got that dog in him. He's not going to run away from a fight, straight up. And I love that shit, man. I love when guys show me that. That's the only thing I wanted to see from Boots. And I saw it, man. So when people were like showing up today, like, well, Xander this, Xander that, it don't matter, bro, because Xander was a champ. He possesses a threat. No matter what you want to say about Xander's age, he's a champ. He's got to that level for a reason. And he did hurt Boots Ennis, man. He did. He couldn't get the job done. And it's not because he's not a lesser fighter, than anybody else that Boots may fight. It's because Jerron Boots Ennis wouldn't let him stop the fight, bro. He wouldn't let him get it off. And I think a lot of people are being too critical of Boots Ennis right now. Though I want to give Xander his props, bro. I feel like he just went in there and he did what he was supposed to do too. He was trying to win a fight and he lost. So, Jerron Boots Ennis got to get all the credit, man. I don't know why people trying to make this more of a Xander thing than a Boots thing. They not giving the right guy credit. It's actually pretty weird. But in my opinion, man, Xander is a warrior also. I think both of these guys are warriors. I don't think Xander quit, man. I don't think I said that during my live show. I think I said, "Oh shoot, the corner stopped it." The corner stopped it, but every time Xander went down, I feel like he took his whole 10 seconds, bro. He did. He took his whole 10 or his whole 9, however you want to say it. He took the time, and I feel like if the towel didn't go in, he would have got back up. Now, I'm not saying it would have been worth him to get back up because I feel like he still would have got stopped. But he got the warrior spirit, man. He was willing to go out. And I think he just looked over at his team and told him that. Like, showed him that. Like, yo, look, if y'all don't throw this towel in, I'm getting up. Like, and they saved him for another day. He's young enough to where he can bounce back. So it's a smarter thing to do. And for Jerron Boots Ennis now, it's him versus everybody else, man, at 154. You got a lot of smoke at 54. I think Jerron Boots Ennis is he's ready to go undisputed. I hope that he goes that lane, man. A shout out to Eddie Alvarez. He said Tucker was my favorite performance. Okay, Jahad Tucker, who's your favorite performance? All right, man. I like what Jahad did. But we got my guest, man. We got my guest right here, Keith Paul. What's going on, my man?
Hey, how you feeling, man? What's going on your way?
Hey, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Summertime, we enjoying it. Yeah, bro.
Good stuff, man.
How'd you enjoy the fights this weekend?
Man, so I started off on Friday night at the fights in Detroit, and I don't know if you saw, but things got a little out of hand.
I saw that brawl.
Yeah. So that was one of those moments where I just really couldn't believe what I was watching. But interestingly enough, I was there to catch some content for the promoter and for the boxer who won the fight.
Nice.
And so I was really, really kind of just taken aback by what happened. But it's always a good time at Night of Knockouts in Detroit. Motor City Soundboard is a great venue. And so it's an honor really just to be there and be a part of helping out with that promotion that they got going on.
For sure.
But in terms of the rest of the fights, I think I don't know how to say this, but I think things just kind of follow the script. Boots won, right?
Yeah.
Big surprise. Ben won. Big surprise. Like, I mean, I don't say that to downplay their accomplishments or anything along those lines, but like, we know these guys are the real deal, right?
Right.
Like we know what they're capable of. And I know that people have been saying since Saturday, well, let's get Fundora. Well, that's been a fight that I've wanted to see for a long time now. So let's go ahead and bring Fundora into the fold. Let's bring those two together and let's see if Boots can respond, because he got rocked a few times in this one.
Right.
Let's see if he can respond after getting hit by Fundora like that. Because watching the way that oh man, his name is escaping me right now.
Oh, Xander.
No. The dude who fought this is terrible.
Virgil?
Nah, the dude who fought Fundora.
Keith Thurman.
Charlo. No, not Keith. Well, Keith Thurman too.
Tim too.
The guy, no, not Tim too. Erickson Lubin.
Oh, so, yeah. They had a war.
What Fundora did with Erickson Lubin, like those two went at it.
Yeah.
And at the end of that fight, Lubin looked like Martin when he fought Tommy Hearns at the end.
He did.
And I say that I don't say that disrespectfully, because both of them would destroy me in a boxing match. So respectfully, that's what he looked like. But I just want to see what Fundora and Boots would actually do in the ring together. That's been a dance that I've wanted to see happen for some time now.
I agree with you, man. I think that's probably the guy who possesses the most strategy Boots will have to have. Like, that's just not an easy fight, man. I think Virgil's a little easier because he's a come forward fighter. That's how he
Mhm.
fights. So Boots has already fought those type of guys, but I think like 6'6", 154. It's a whole different look altogether, and he's a
I
lefty
mean,
too.
how does that even happen? What do you eat to be 6'6" and 154 pounds? Like, what does he
Yeah.
walk around at on a day-to-day basis?
Well,
Like, does he
like
does he
he's not a weight bully because he eats pizza like during fight week. Like he's just I think it's just genetics, man.
I, that's wild. That's like some created in a lab type genetics. Let me stop.
That's a
But no,
2K
like
player.
that's exactly, exactly. And the wild thing about it is you talk about fight week, right? Like he shows up to fight week looking like Andy from accounting, like
Hmm.
a real unassuming guy who you would never think is going to get in the ring and absolutely pummel whoever's standing across from him.
Right.
And then he does just that.
Yeah,
So he
man.
looks like he shows up when you file a ticket with IT. And then like
Right.
he's right there in the ring, flips a switch, and becomes a completely different person. The glasses, the tight polo shirts, the khakis. It's like I see this guy at work every day,
Right.
almost. And
Nah,
so anyway,
it's like that.
yeah,
It's like that for
yeah.
sure. Shout out to Logan Little. He said Xander did well, but Boots is just on another level. Got to give Boots his credit and stop shortchanging him. Yeah, I agree, man. Eddie
Yeah.
Alvarez says Xander was looking to his corner for a way out. Oh, man. Hey, Eddie. Shout out to Jackie Hernandez in the building. What up, Jackie? Boxing Junkie. Salute, salute. What's going on, man? Boxing Junkie said, I think Boots will be fighting Ortiz like he fought Zayas. He know Ortiz hit a lot harder. Yeah, that's true. That's true, man. Yeah, he be punching. Shout out to Chile de Garcia, Coachella, Valley Water. What's going on, man? Yeah, man. So that was an awesome event this past weekend. Ben Whitaker, what do you think about his US debut, man? Second round
Impressive.
knockout.
Like he did what he was supposed to do, right? Like he lived up to the hype and then some. And I can't wait to see him back in the ring. I mean, like this is a guy who what is he at? 168?
No, 75. Yeah, he's at 75.
175.
Yep.
Okay. So like that's like a Tifo Burlington water. That's like
Mm-hmm.
is that
David
Benavidez?
Benavidez. Yep.
Yeah.
Bivol.
Like those yeah, like those three guys right there. That's gonna be four guys. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
Real,
man.
real interesting. I'm really high on a Tifo Burlington or Lord Pretty Calvo as he wants to be called now. So
Shout out to
I'm
O'Teeth.
very yeah, I'm very high on him and looking forward to hopefully seeing him on August 15th on that Clarissa Shields fight. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think he confirmed that he is fighting on that with my buddy Big Money. Shout out to Big Money if he's in the chat. He did a
Okay.
little interview at the Barclays with O'Teeth, and he kind of spilled the beans there, man. But shout out to we got a caller here on X Spaces. What's going on, my man?
What up, though, man?
How you
Mr. Perfect,
doing,
man.
brother?
You
How
already
you
know what it
doing?
is. What up, though? My boy Keith, man. I'm from the D, so
Hey,
Keith, we was at
Detroit.
the Big Three, man. I seen you at the Big Three and shit, man. What up,
That's
though,
dope,
man?
man. That's dope.
Yeah, and I'll be going up to Tony Gym and shit. So I would
Okay.
support whatever you do. Yeah, I
Man,
support whatever you
hey,
do and all that.
man, I can't tell you how much that means to me. So tell me your name, man.
My well, on the internet I just go by Mr. Perfect, but my real name Frank, man. But
Okay.
when I met you, I ain't give you my name. I ain't give you my name because it was a whole bunch of stuff going on. People passing around and everything.
Yeah.
I just shook your hand though.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
But
Cool. Well, I
yeah,
mean, it was great to see Tommy Hearns there and some other folks
yup, yup,
from
yup,
across the city in the boxing community. Yep.
Nice. Thomas
yup.
Hearns, man. Solid.
Yeah, yeah, facts. Cause
Yeah.
Nas my people and stuff. So he played for the Detroit Amps for the Big Three and shit. So that's why I
Nice.
was really there and shit. Yeah.
What's going
But
on,
yeah,
Mr.
man.
Perfect, though? What do you think about the weekend?
Dog, it was one of the best weeks, man. One of the best weeks of boxing. Zuffa was fire.
Yeah.
Shit, Boots fight was fire. I don't know why people keep coming out trying to. I don't like how Bud came out and said ain't nobody had Xander winning and all that. I ain't like all that. Like
Yeah.
you retired, bro. So you don't need. I don't think you need like. And he about to do. I think he. What card is he? What card is he announcing? I don't know what card that is
Who that? Bud
on
Crawford?
TNT. Yeah, they got him on. He announcing a fight.
Oh,
He announcer.
that the one next weekend with Abdullah Mason and Albert Bell?
No, I think he was. I think it's something TNT. Something I forgot what it was. I don't. That's why I'm like, what card? Because they had him on there. They had him on there. I forgot what it was. He was gonna be on the ring on the mic and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what. That's why I was trying to figure out what fight it was. So I guess I got to just look it up and see. But yeah, I don't like how people trying to say, oh, he almost he got hurt in the third, but it's boxing, man. And the
Word.
way Boots fight,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he liked to be in the pocket like that. So
absolutely.
that's what I don't. And people got a different styles of boxing, so I don't see why people saying, "Oh, let it be Virgil or let it be Fundora," or something like that. I think if it was one of them, and if they do got more pop than Xander, I think he. I wouldn't think he'd be in the paint like that.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Boots, man, because I thought he was a star before that fight, but a superstar was born that night. A couple superstars was born. I mean, not superstars, but Ben Whitaker. He had a nice performance and stuff like that. Emilio,
Oh
I
yeah.
ain't really big. I ain't really big on Emilio. He showed me some stuff that fight. I still got to see him against better competition. So and I do think it's time for Ben Whitaker to, to well, the guy was undefeated. Popeye was undefeated. So
Nah, Popeye had a couple
I,
losses, but like his fight
oh,
with
he
Badu Jack,
did.
a lot of people thought he beat Badu Jack though. He lost to Badu, but a lot of people thought he won.
Mm.
Oh yeah, he did. He did. Damn, I can't believe I forgot that fight. He did. He did.
Yeah, that was a while back.
Damn, yeah, he did. I forgot about that fight. Damn, I thought he was. I don't know why I thought that, but I remember that fight now since you said it. But yeah, I think Ben Whitaker got to step up, man. He doing all that dancing, all that showboating.
Yeah,
When
I
he
agree.
when he yeah, so I want to see if he gonna do it against top level competition, but I know he not because he gonna be real serious. You can't be in there playing with top level.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I want to see him just step up and stuff like that. Emilio too, man. Like Emilio been in the game for a little minute, man. You supposed to been up there, man. Cause I don't see how you not getting pushed to get up there. But it was a good fight. But I think the fireest fight, even though it ain't last that long, man. Edwin, hey, Rayo got that
Wait,
get
Ryan
back,
hit him?
man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man. And they both was like, man, they was trying to knock each other out. Even the first round, both of them was
Mm-hmm.
like, because Edwin kept coming lunging with that hook. I'm like, oh my God, he gonna try to catch him. And then the way he got knocked out, they both was swinging at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is crazy. And I wish that fight lasted longer because I think it would have been a good fight how they was going, but they was going so hard, man. Somebody was gonna get stopped. But Rayo did sneak that left in when Edwin was on his knee. I'm surprised the ref ain't catch that, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's what really did it to me. Once because he was stunned, like his eyes did go back when he hit, but once he hit him with that left, that just like made him not want to get up, like stunned
Yeah.
him a little bit more. But yeah, yeah. Hey man, Saturday, man, August 15th.
Hey.
Y'all know what it is, man. Woke back. I went to
Yes,
every Clarissa
sir.
fight, man.
You
So,
going you going to that one? I know you big Clarissa fan, bro.
oh yeah, you know I'm gonna be in the building,
You gonna
man.
be in the ATL?
Pre-sale ticket code ATL, man.
Nice.
No, we're gonna be in the building, man. So yeah, I'm a big Clarissa fan. You know, that's my favorite fighter. Then there's Earl. You know, Earl back. I gotta see how Earl looking, man, in his Tim Zoo fight. Cause if I think he gonna handle business. Cause I think he going for that Canelo fight.
Oh yeah? Oh shoot.
Yeah, I think he
Why
going for that
not? Why
Canelo fight.
not? if he can
Yeah,
get it.
that's what I'm saying. Because he was in line before Crawford, and Crawford got it because he beat Earl. So I think that's what Earl trying to go for. Because even in the interviews with Earl, he say, "You in the interview, he was like, belts at this point in my career really don't mean I'm looking for names."
Right.
So that's why I think he trying to go get the Canelo. So probably get 2 wins. Because this had a catch weight. So he really just looking trying to get the name. So once he get this performance, he probably gonna try to get another fight, and then he gonna try to. Because I think Canelo got about 3 fights, 2, 3 fights left. About 2, 3 fights left.
Mm-hmm.
Before he get on, and that's the same with Earl. So that's what I'm thinking. Earl plans is, man. Yeah, shout out to my dogs, man. Ryan, my
Yes,
dog
sir.
Keith, man. I'ma holler at you. Gonna be at the
Thank you, man.
Clarissa fight. You going?
Yeah,
I know
I
you
booked
going
my
to the
ticket the
Clarissa.
day that I booked my flight the first day they announced it. So yeah, I'll be there.
Yup,
And
yup.
hopefully I'll be
Same.
behind the scenes working media. So
That'd be
And I
dope,
think
man.
do LJ and them got a show coming up? Cause I know, did you go to the thing last week? The Olympic thing
so I
or
was
the
not in the
USA
Junior
thing?
Olympics last week. No, I wasn't with USA Boxing
Okay.
last week, but keep your eyes on August 22nd. That's all I'll say.
Ooh,
So keep
showing the
keep
D.
August 22nd on the radar. Just keep August
Showing the
22nd on
D.
the radar. Keep August 22nd on the radar.
Alright, man. Shout out to y'all, man.
Shout out to you, man, Mr. Perfect, man. Salute, champ.
All right, man. I got y'all.
I appreciate you, man. Tapping in with me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate it, man. Love.
you
Yeah,
already
man.
know it.
Shout out to Big Box in Detroit, man.
Detroit. Yeah, you already know. Big Box in Detroit, man. We
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the D, man. You cover a lot of fights out there in Detroit?
Yeah, so anytime that Carlos has a card in Detroit, I'm usually there. I've been the ring announcer in the past. I've been there as media. I've been covering fighters or covering the entire card. And then I've been really fortunate to work with Mad Women PR and Salida Promotions for the Salida fight in February. Then I was in Atlanta with them in May, and we'll be looking. Well, I was in Grand Rapids too for the one on the 14th back in June. Then I'm
Right.
looking to be back down there in August.
Nice.
And so July 24th, Carlos has another card coming up at Motor City Casino that is looking to be really, really special. I
Yeah.
don't know if you noticed, but Thomas Triber was the ring announcer at the
Okay.
last one. And so usually when Triber's around, that means that the zone is not too far behind.
Some big fights.
So
Yeah.
maybe we're gonna start to see some more stuff here in Detroit. And that'll
That's
be
good,
great
man.
because a strong Detroit boxing scene is good for the boxing community.
Hell yeah, man.
Detroit was a mecca of boxing for a long time. And unfortunately, as venues started to have issues and different promoters had different ideas. I don't know all the history, so I'm not even going to touch it. But what I will say is
Hmm.
that, there was some time where Detroit just wasn't a destination for boxing at the level that it once was.
Right, right.
And so now that it's getting back to that kind of thing again, I mean, shout out to Clarissa Shields,
Yeah.
18,000 people at
Yeah,
Little
man.
Caesars Arena. Shout out to Tony Harrison, who helped like build that too, because people love Tony in the city.
Hmm.
And so I think that there's really something special that is brewing in Detroit.
I
And
agree.
there's a lot of folks who know how to make it happen because they were around when Detroit was at the top.
Yeah.
And they're helping out and providing some guidance. And so I can't wait to see how everything turns out.
Nah, that's gonna be dope, man. Shout out to my guy Z Pacino. He said, "Yeah, Ben and Emiliano were crowd pleasers. Barclays went crazy for those KOs. Yeah, you were in the house, bro." Salute to Z Pacino. What up, Technique 539? He said, "Boots done chicken dancing. I can call up. Imagine what would happen if Virgil lands a bomb on him." Yeah, I know people saying that, but I didn't like the way Virgil Ortiz was talking on Twitter about the fight because he had the opportunity to get the fight, with Boots, and he didn't, man. It took a younger Xander jumping in there to get him a little bit confident, which is crazy to me because it's like, come on, Virgil, like you supposed to be the guy, man. You supposed to be the Golden Boys' next guy outside of Ryan Garcia. Like, the hell's going on, man? What do you think about Virgil Ortiz and him saying that he'll stop Boots Ennis if that happened?
I mean, I come from the what did Papoose tell me? I come from the show me state. Like you gotta get in there and do it. Like I mean, I'm from Illinois, so I think the show me state is Tennessee. But that's just one of them things where like Paulie Malignaggi said something to me, not to me, but over a broadcast, and we talked about it when he was here for a broadcast in Detroit about where like everybody thinks they can dig deep until it's time to dig deep. And I don't want to take anything away from Virgil Ortiz because again, I don't box. My head is too big for all that. Okay. Like I have no business putting on gloves and stepping between those ropes. So I stick to this side of things, right? And I'm always trying to be super respectful of the fact that those guys would destroy me. And so when I say that you got to be able to talk and back it up, he's going to have to back it up.
Right.
And we'll see. And I think that until somebody actually proves that Boots can be beaten, we got to go with the known commodity.
Right, man. I'm in agreement, bro. Like, you could do all that talking, but until you get in there and show us, it's just talk, man. Just talk. But I see what Virgil and them trying to do. They trying to stay relevant in my eyes. My man El Pacini with the Mexican flags. Mexican #1 salute. I love my Mexicans, bro. But yeah, we also had that Emiliano Vargas, who was upcomer. I think he's still far away from being a top fighter at 140. I'm just speaking if you look at the division's full of sharks there, man. Like 140 is one of those divisions, man. You got Shakur, he might be there. Gary Antoine Russell, jeez, man. Alberto Pollo, Dalton Smith, Sabril Matias, like it's just loaded. I don't know if Emiliano can take those type of guys right now, but they said they're trying to get George Kambosos in the ring. I think George Kambosos is probably a better barometer for him if he can go in there and have a better performance than Richard Hitchens did against him, possibly. But what do you think about the young Vargas, man, Emiliano?
So I got to be honest with you. Most of the stuff that I cover is here locally in Detroit. So I'm not on the national scene and in the worldwide scene. I'm not as well versed. So I don't have an opinion on Vargas because I'm not hype or not familiar with him yet.
Right.
Is what I was trying to say. I'm not hip. So I got to dig into Vargas. But what I think is that 140 is one of the more excited. Like, and first of all, let's back up for a second. How many Gary Russells are there?
Yo, there's too many.
For real, like how is it? Like I know there was like 12 George Foremans, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Like how many Gary Russells are there? Is it
I think
5?
there's
Is it
3 or 4.
3? Okay.
4 that I know of. It might be more though.
Yeah, and they all can box, right? So
Mhm.
like, call them whatever they want to call them. But like, it's just one of those things to me that's always like, wait a minute, which one is this?
Yeah.
And so yeah. But I'm excited about a 140 division, and I got to look at Vargas some more.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. I think Vargas, he's still unknown to a lot of people, but he's Top Rank sees him as like an Oscar. Like he's got the look, got the history, obviously his dad. So they're riding that train right now. El Pacini said El Rayo looks spectacular, man. Yeah, Rayo Venezuela. He got that big stoppage over Edwin and avenging his loss, man. I thought that was pretty good. And he called out Shakur Stevenson, which I was a bit surprised by. I don't know what kind of jump that is. I think he's still not on that level, but he feels confident enough. Did you get to see the Zuffa card last night?
No, last night for me was World Cup with my son. Well, no, wait, was it World Cup? We watched Canada and South Africa.
We won. We beat South Africa. Shout out to the 6, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, you ever go into any 905 Raptors games?
Yeah, man. I used to live right there in that little town there in Brampton. Yeah, man. 905 Raptors, they pretty good. They used to be really good back in the day when Siakam was there.
Yeah, man, that guy was something special.
Siakam and Fred VanVleet. Like, shout out to those guys.
Now, Fred Van Fleet is actually from about 20 minutes from where I grew up. And
Oh yeah,
so
you from Illinois? Yeah, is
yep,
he Rock
yep,
Rock Island, right?
Rockford,
Rockford. Yeah,
Illinois, if
that's
I'm
it.
not
That's it.
mistaken.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Shout
So
out to
Rockford and Rock Island aren't too far from each other.
shout out to Fred, man.
Yep. And then I work with the Motor City Crew, so I fill in as the PA announcer for some of their games.
Oh,
And
nice,
so that's
nice, man.
like, I don't know if you can see it, but like
Oh yeah, yeah.
this is one of their jerseys from last year.
Shout
So
out to them, man.
yeah, man. So back to boxing though. Back to boxing. Who else do you think is gonna be on that Clarissa card?
Yo, so Atif said he's gonna be on it. I think my girl from up here, Caroline Vieira, is gonna be on it. I hope so. She got to get in a fight.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. She sparred with Alicia Baumgartner multiple times. She feels like that's the fight Shalita gonna get for her next. Yeah, man. I think she got a chance to beat Alicia. Like Alicia ain't really been tested lately. She been trying to hold out for the Amanda fight and the Katie fight, but I think both those fights are gone. I think, Amanda's probably going to try to beat Christy Martin's knockout record, so she's probably going to try to get a soft touch. And we know Katie, her last fight's already booked at Croke Park in Ireland, but she sold like 80,000 tickets, man. Like, holy crap.
Yes.
Her farewell tour is already going. So, yeah, I think Amanda fight's going to get away from her. So, unless Alicia goes up, like we've been asking, to fight, Caroline Dubois, I feel like Caroline Vieira is right here. Like she was Salida Promotions.
And I know Caroline wants that fight bad.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Alicia is good people, man. Like I've hated to watch the beef between Clarissa and Alicia.
Yeah.
Because I've had the opportunity to be around both of them, right? And so it's just like I get it, but at the same time, like, do we got to go that route?
Right. Yeah.
And then I just wish that anyway. I'll just leave it alone. And so what I'll say is that I think that I understand what you're saying, that Alicia has not looked like she's been tested the last few times out. Even that bout back in 2024 that got stopped because of the cut.
That's Pursoon. I think it was Delphine Pursoon.
Yep. So I just think that she's got all the skill in the world, but she keeps me she makes my anxiety flare up watching her box, because there's times when her defense just lets shots through. Yeah. And bigger fighters with more power, if that lands, I just get nervous for it. And when it's somebody in the ring, it feels like that's your cousin, your sister, or somebody.
Right.
Like, you look at it like that. You're like, oh, don't. Why you get your hands up? Like, what are you doing? Like, come on. And so I want to see all the best for Alicia. I want to see all the best for Clarissa. And hopefully, that Caroline fight comes through. We'll see what happens. Now, it will be, so you mentioned wanting to fight with Amanda Serrano. How often do people on the same promotional company fight each other?
I think like for a long time, man, that was just a thing. Like I think we're only seeing these cross promotions show up, I'll be honest, because of Dana White. I think because Dana White has stepped through the door, everybody's actually starting to work together now. But you'd always see BBC try to match their guys up, and Top Rank kind of stay over there. And if they ever try to cross promote, it was always like a big ego thing. We want the lion's share. But now they understand the mission. They know they can't mess with that turkey bag. So they all gotta work together now to have the biggest shows. And but yeah, I think like Jake Paul, he said he wants to make all the fights. I think he's open to going to the other promoters and making the fights for his women. So I think if Alicia, as long as she says she wants it, I think the fight could be made. It's just up to Salida if he wants Caroline, because I think she got to go over there. Like, she got to go to ESPN. I think that's just, Alicia is the bigger name, the more popular fighter. He's got to let her go over there. So it's like, hey, Salida, are you going to let her walk, or are you guys going to try to do a joint promotion, which I don't know how that's going to work with ESPN, because they're a cable company, essentially. They're not like DAZN, where DAZN's an app.
Yeah. Yeah, and all I know is, man, Salida's been doing an incredible job. And, the way that he's built up Clarissa Shields, the way that he's promoted Clarissa Shields, the way that he is helping build up so many young boxers out of Detroit. I mean, you look at Lance Boogie Smith,
Yeah.
and what he's done. You look at Jasmine Hampton, who unfortunately opponents keep backing out, but she's one of the more like decorated amateur boxers in the United States,
Hmm.
and she's 2-0 right now, and is probably ain't gonna lose no time soon. I think that's why people keep backing out.
Right.
Um,
Right.
she always talks about they call me Big Jazz because I hit like Big George. And
Yeah.
so at 108 to have that much power, like a lot of people see that and get intimidated. And so hopefully, he'll continue to do amazing work with a lot of those guys, and even the people
Yeah.
that have come on board recently, like Atif, and the job that he's done with his two bouts. I know the first one ended short back in February,
Hmm.
but there's nothing you could do about that. Things
Yeah.
happen
Yeah.
sometimes in the ring, but he looked great in Atlanta back in May, and he's going to continue to do so. And you look at was it Troy Isley?
Yeah. I was just gonna ask you, what do you think about that new signing there? They just got Troy Osley now.
I listen. Troy told me he wants to be the best 160-pound fighter in the world.
Nice.
And after watching what he did in the ring back on the 14th, like he's backing up what he's saying. And
Yeah.
so I think he's got all the skill. He's got the amateur background. He's got the amateur wins over household names. I mean, we talked about Fundora earlier. We haven't mentioned Devin Haney's name yet, but he's beat those guys. And
Hmm.
so in the amateur, so I look forward to seeing what he is able to do moving forward.
Yeah. No, I like Troy Osley, man. Great guy, man. He has a great team. My brother used to spar with him actually in Vegas when he was with Bomac at the time. I'm not sure who he's with right now. I think he's moved teams since, but uh, he just needed a restart. I think Top Rank wasn't invested in him the way he wanted to be invested. So hopefully now Salida can get behind him, get him in a position for some sort of title, man. I know he's pretty high up in the WBC. I think it is. But yeah, this is kind of a fresh start for him. He should be on the August show as well too. I hope he's on that show because
Man, I would love to see him on that show. I think Troy is going the WBO route, if I'm not mistaken.
okay,
And so Lamont Peterson was in his
hmm,
corner back earlier this month. I keep saying
yeah,
June like it's already July. But it just seems like so far ago or so far long
yeah.
ago now. All these days are blurring together. Man, that's what listen, I don't know how old you are, but life after 40 is no joke, man. It's a
I'm
it's
36, man. I'm on the other half now.
hey
35.
man, live these next 4 years to the best, man. Because after 40, it's like wah wah wah.
Oh
So yeah,
man.
but Lamont Peterson was in Troy's corner, and I
Okay.
mean that's a team that just looks really solid together.
Yeah, Lamont Peterson's he's a DC guy, so they're from all that Maryland area. So shout out
Mhm.
to Troy. Seems like he's back with his home roots. That's
Yep.
good for him, man, because it looked like for a while there we didn't know what was gonna happen with them. Top Rank didn't really have a home. It seemed like they weren't prioritizing certain guys. So I'm glad that he found a situation. Hopefully he feels Salida is gonna do the thing for him. And yeah, man, I like to see him fight against the guys, top level guys, because 160 starting to get a little interesting with
Yeah.
Zuffa pulling up all the guys there. You got Amari Jones who looked good in his Golden Boy debut. Janabek, we don't know what's going on with him. He's gonna come back, but yeah, 160 is a little interesting. Shane Mosley Jr. Hey, there's
Mhm.
some fights there for Troy for sure, man.
Now what is Ben at?
Ben Connor
Conor
Ben.
Ben, yeah.
I think he's 147.
Okay.
Yeah, but he never fought there for a couple years because he had those two fights with Eubank Jr. So he was up in weight.
Yeah, and what was that at? Was that at 160?
That was at 160. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. That's why I'm like, now wait a minute. Why is Ben's name connected to 160 for me?
yeah.
So
I
yeah.
don't know why he was up that big, man. I didn't understand that.
Well, so Ben, the name carries a lot of significance for me because being from Freeport, Illinois, which
Hmm.
is again 30 minutes west of Rockford, 2 hours west of Chicago. You know who's from Freeport is Gerald McClellan.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, he's from
so
Freeport, Illinois.
yeah,
Damn.
yep,
I
he's
don't
from
know why I thought
Freeport,
he was from
Illinois.
Detroit the whole time.
Well, because he trained out of Kronk.
Yeah, he did
Because
train
he
out of
won
Gronk,
he won
man.
his world titles with Emmanuel Stewart in his corner. And
Hmm.
so a lot of people associated Gerald with being from Detroit.
Right.
And there's Jim Moore videos of him and Tommy sparring. and you can go on YouTube and catch it. I don't know if you ever watched it before, but if you haven't, it's worth going to check out.
Yeah. Damn, bro.
But Gerald grew up between Freeport and Milwaukee,
Mm-hmm.
but he lives in Freeport now. And so, matter of fact, I don't. How far is where you're from? At what you like? What 4 hours from Detroit?
Yeah, man. Probably about 6. Like, no,
Oh,
4, 4,
6.
4, 4.
Okay,
Yeah, solid
okay,
4.
yeah. Because I'll send you a message offline and let you know
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
going on. But we'll talk about that. But yeah, but it would be July 24th. There's a show at the Motor City Casino.
Mm-hmm.
Same venue that you saw the Rumble in the ring.
That
But
was
there's
wild.
another card going on at that venue on July 24th, and it should be a great one. And so I'll get you some more details on that. But if
Yeah,
you can make it down, it'd be a good trip.
for sure, for
Um,
sure.
yeah, but no, Gerald, like growing up, man, Gerald was our hero. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's who we love to watch. And Gerald, like everywhere I go, there's not one person, there's not a room that I've been in where one person hasn't said Gerald McClellan is their favorite fighter.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to
Gets
the
mad love out
current
there,
days.
man.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was there in February or March. It was either March or February. He was here for the card in Detroit, and people went crazy for him, man. So, yep, it's great to see that.
Shout out to G5 Jeff dropping the $10 super chat. Salute to you, dog. Said my dog Ryan from the 6th. Salute, bro. We got Abdullah Mason versus Albert Bell. Boxing on a good run. Yeah, man. Shout out to Abdullah Mason taking on a tough opposition. But yo, G5 Jeff, it's your chips with the dip, man.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
Bring them dips, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, man, that's gonna be another good card, man, coming up. But yeah, that Zuffa card was really good, man. If you ever get time to watch it, man, I would say watch it.
Will do.
Kane Sandoval, he was another guy who fought on the card against Brandon Lee. You know, not too high profile names, but Brandon Lee, we know him through Showtime. They built him up as the Mexican American. I think he's half Filipino as well, half Mexican, half Filipino. So it was like,
Okay.
you know, he was brought up pretty well. And then Floyd Diaz lost, man. That was a surprise. He was a heavy favorite. He lost. So shout out to Zuffa, man, and shout out to Dana White because it looked good. It was a good produced show. I think that's what they do really well. Produce good videography. Presentation looks good, but I think there'll be a while before they get like the high profile names and the guys that, you know, are linked to them, the Devin Haney, Shakurs, all these other guys. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Well, when we were in Lubbock, Texas, back in December for USA Boxing's national tournament, he was there recruiting fighters,
Okay.
recruiting boxers
Nice.
there. So he was there when we were announcing the fights, and we got a chance to talk to him for a second and take a picture. And it was a really interesting experience because Dana White, like, I went up to go say hello to him. He's like, "Hi, I'm Dana." I'm like, "Come on, man."
Yeah.
Man,
You ain't got to
come on.
introduce.
Everybody in the room and in the 50-mile radius knows who you are. So like,
Right.
come on, man. But no, I mean, he was a super humble dude.
Yeah.
Humble dude. And you know, we'll see what he does with boxing. And I'm not gonna get political. But we'll see. We'll see how
Yeah,
it goes.
I like to leave that to the side, bro. Like, you know, I know
Yeah.
some people got their reservations on him because of that. But I'm like, man, you know what? Unfortunately, he's kind of flexed it too, like in a way, bringing the stuff to the Senate. So I'm like, yeah, you know, it got quitted pretty quick because he knows the guys who are in the house there doing all that stuff. But
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, boxing is the Wild West, man. And Dana
Well, and
White's not the worst.
I'll just say that wherever the people are who are out there promoting long-term fighter health, fighter safety,
Right.
and the quality of life for fighters after they leave the ring for the last time, that's
Yep.
where you'll find me. That's
Yep.
where I'll be.
Nah,
So,
that's a fact, man. That's a fact.
because I don't know if you've ever, and going back to Gerald, but I don't know if you've ever taken a look at the Ring of Brotherhood Foundation, but it's
Mhm.
an organization that was started by Lisa McClellan, Gerald's sister, and
Okay.
they're doing a lot of work to take care of boxers who have unfortunately had injuries that have left them
Mhm.
debilitated
Yeah,
and
man.
unable to take care of themselves. So they have actually moved, I think it was Winifred Benitez
Yep.
to Freeport. And so he lives in Freeport now, and they've got a really strong relationship with WBC Cares. And
Okay.
so WBC Cares helps with a lot of that. So people can say whatever they want to about a lot of these organizations, but the reality is the attitude is starting to shift and
Mhm.
starting to look at more of how do we put some money back into making sure that these fighters are taken care of. And it's
Yeah.
because of the work of folks like Lisa and others who are making that promotion or promoting that idea.
Nah, that's good on her because we need more of that stuff. There's just nothing for the guys, man. When they leave, there's just nothing there. No health care, no
Yep.
401k waiting for you when you're done. Like, so
Yeah.
it's like you
Like you
got to
got to have a
figure it all
financial
out.
advisor putting all
Yeah,
that aside for you.
right,
And then trust that they're not skimming from that,
right.
So like it's a like you said, it's the wild wild west.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this card on Saturday? I know you've already talked about
Oh
Abdullah
yeah,
Mason
man.
and Albert Bell a few times, but looking at the rest of the card, talk to me about what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I like that Shushu Carrington. He's finally back in the ring,
Mhm.
defending his title. Since February. So shout out to him. He's getting busy. I like what I see from Shushu, man. I think that he's a good fighter, but I'm worried about him because he's been at this weight for so long. It's like I know he's been chasing this anyway fight. It may not even come to fruition. Is he staying at this weight too long? Should he move up? He just won the title, so I understand he want to defend it. But we'll see, man. We'll see what comes from Shushu, man. I like him as a fighter. He's always been professional. He's never missed weight, but I think I'm just a little worried about him staying at the division too long. It's 126. Those guys are small, but
Yeah.
still worried about him. And Tiger Johnson, man, this is the guy who shout out to my brother Joshua Frazier. He's somewhere behind me somewhere. My brother went through the same amateur system as Delonte and Troy Osley. They were always at the same tournaments, and
Yep.
him and Tiger Johnson were at the same weight. So I root for Tiger, but unfortunately, Tiger's facing a Canadian man. My guy Christopher Guerrero from Montreal, and he trains with Boots Ennis at that Bozy gym. I'm hoping for an upset, but I kind of I'm riding for both guys. Really, I'm not gonna lose on that fight. I like Tiger Johnson, and I got my Canadian Christopher Guerrero. So it's gonna be one of those, man. But I hear Tiger, like my man L Dub saying, is with Bomac, and he's been looking good. And Bomac, man, he got a track record of helping guys out, making them look good. So I'm excited to see what he's gonna do. But we got another caller, my man Chad from Canada. What's up, bro?
Hey Ryan, man, how are you, bro? I'm watching the Netherlands and Morocco game. It's halftime, and I saw you were live, so I
Yeah,
thought I'd
yeah.
just jump on.
Thanks, bro. I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
I heard I just caught like the last couple minutes what you were talking about, but is something going on with Shushu? How did Shushu come up?
No. He was just asking me. It's my man Keith Paul on the line with me, by the way. He just asked me
Oh,
about the fights coming up this weekend, how I feel about them, and I was just saying that Shushu's been at 126 his whole career, and I'm like, is he capped out? I know he hasn't missed weight, Chad. I know he hasn't looked bad, but he's been at this weight for how long, man? We had those same questions about Earl Spence at one point.
yeah. I mean, truthfully, sorry, there may be some background noise here. One sec.
No, you're good, man. You always good, Chad. You know what it is.
Sorry. Yeah. So about his size, he's a big 126. That's the thing. Always has been. His size has been one of his advantages. So you're right. He's always looked really good uh, at the weight. Um, but he could move up. He could move up like size wise. So um, I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't, because 130 is kind of heated up, right? He'd fit
Hmm.
in really nice in there. So I don't know. I don't know maybe they're waiting for Stock to move on. He's probably waiting for a few things to change at 30 and then make the move up there. But I mean, I like him at 26, dude. And like, look, man, the Castro fight was what I needed anyway to really get on board with Shushu. Like
Hmm.
that was for me his real coming out. So I really want to see him work in the division and to just defend, even if it's just defending his belt against contenders and like, you know, skilled opponents. Obviously, I want to see
Right.
him against good competition. I mean, he should be. I don't know. Like, what don't you want to see him unify at least? You know, try and do a little more in the division, or
Oh yeah.
you want to see him go up, Ryan?
Well, if he goes up, I'm not mad at that because there's Navarrete, which is an in-house fight. There's, like you said, Shockey Foster, who's also good, and Ray Ford. That's even a good fight too. Him and Ray Ford. There's some fights at
Oh,
130, but I would love to see him unify with the guys like Angelo Leo, Espinoza. Those are also easy fights. All these guys are with Top Rank. It's just kind of weird how Shushu hasn't gotten a signature fight.
it's true. It's true. The Castro fight isn't that, but you know what? Like, why can't he just like? You're right. Thinking about him and Ford, man, I think that'd be a great fight. Like, why can't he do what everyone else is doing and just take a fight with Ford at 30? You know,
Yeah,
I mean, every in the bigger divisions, guys are doing stuff like that all the time.
bouncing up
Champions.
and down. Yeah,
Yeah, like just get a leave from their belt basically to fight in another division. I mean, he could do that. That's an option and see how things go. I think you're right, man. Like there's some great fights for him at 30, no doubt. I'm just not sure if how badly he wants it. Like,
hmm
you know what I mean? Because like you said, like he's been a featherweight. He's a featherweight, a true featherweight. And I kind of there's something about that I kind of like. That's what I'm saying. You know, and I like the idea of guy planting his flag and defending.
hmm
And I feel like that doesn't happen enough nowadays. Guys are moving so much.
yeah. You're right. We don't get
But
the
anyway,
triple G's and B hops anymore.
yeah, man. Like, and there's something like I really like. Even you think back on a guy like Floyd Mayweather, who moved through all kinds of divisions, multi division champion. But his run at 130. I mean, he was at 130 for 4 years,
hmm
and it's still my favorite. It's my favorite. You know, light. What do you say? Junior lightweight. Sorry, junior
Yeah,
lightweight.
junior lightweight.
Yeah, he's still my favorite champion in that division, just for the fact that he stayed for so long and defended. I think he defended 8 times. And against people criticize, but the fact is he defended against good competition. Um, and he was also the lineal champion. You know, like it was a good
Right.
look, man. It's a really good look. And then look what he was able to still do, you know, move on through several divisions. He still got to do all that other stuff, but he also did that part too, like really planted his flag at a division. And that I don't know, something about it that is just kind of like what I like to see with pro boxing.
hmm No, I agree, man. I like to see guys face the other guys. Clear out the divisions and then move up.
Yeah, like I'm not I don't have this great need for guys to be moving weight all the time or at all really. Like I'm okay if someone can be competitive in one weight. I'm good with it. I don't see anything extra sexy about moving through a ton of divisions unless it's what you're required to do. Like some guys
hmm
they grow, you know. But anyway, whatever about that. What else is going on, man? I heard
Uh,
you mention about Tiger too. What's
yep.
going on with
Tiger
Tiger? He's
Johnson.
he's fighting. Yeah.
He's fighting our
Um,
fellow Canadian brother, Christopher Guerrero. He's from Montreal. He trains with Mark Ramsey, actually. But he also trains in the Boots Ennis gym with Boots Ennis. Yeah, man, he's been like top 15 in the WBC for a while, Christopher. So this is a big fight for him because Tiger Johnson is obviously the favorite.
yeah. I got to be honest. I'm not a huge Tiger fan. And I know you're down with Tiger, so I don't need to get into it. But and obviously there's that, and yeah, I would like to see our countrymen do well. I mean, man, I didn't realize he was training with Bozy. That's a pretty good look for him,
Like
man.
I kind of knew there was a group of guys from Montreal that kept going down. I just didn't know he was a part of that group until I interviewed him and he told me that. He's like, "Yo, man." I think it was leading up to the Xander fight. He's like, "Yo, man, this guy's a different guy in that ring, Boots Ennis."
Sorry, one sec.
Shout out to Chad, man. I guess he's got some background noise there. Oh, we had somebody here asking Keith, what was the name of that foundation again that Lisa McCollum was running, I believe you said?
McClellan.
Yeah.
So it's called the Ring of Brotherhood Foundation. You can
All
find them on
right.
Instagram, Ring of Brotherhood Foundation. You can also go to their website, ringofbrotherhoodfoundation.org, I believe. But let me just confirm before I put that out there.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my man Gavin Shepard. He works in the music industry, so he'll probably be
Yeah.
looking
So
into that.
Ring of Brotherhood Foundation .org is the website.
Shout out to her, man, for doing that. That's a good cause. 'Cause there's a lot of guys we don't even hear about either, like low profile guys who might be going through it too. Like we just don't hear about them because
Man, I was supposed to announce a card here in Detroit, and there was a boxer who I couldn't make it. I had somebody fill in for me, but there was a boxer who was knocked down. Their head hit the canvas real awkwardly, and they
Mm,
started to have a seizure. Had to be
mhm.
taken to the hospital. 3 days later, they were gone. A
Damn.
wife, kids left behind off
Yeah,
of an amateur boxing match,
yeah,
right?
man.
Like, and that I can't even imagine that. And so, like, the ability to take care of these guys long after their time in the ring is done is so important.
Nah, I agree, man. And that was an amateur fight. That's crazy. Like, damn,
Yes,
he had the
yes.
headgear on, so he really must have went
Had the
down.
headgear on and everything. It was, just sometimes like freak things happen, right? Like the wrong angle, wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
S- there, we can't see inside people's heads, so we don't know what's going on.
Right.
You can only check so much from the outside, and so it was a sad day for Detroit boxing. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. Yo, the new Kronk gym. Have you been to it? I heard
Have
they
I
reopened
been?
up. I heard they reopened up Kronk, bro.
Yeah. So, truth be told, Crunk. I mean, the location 555 McGraw or 5555 McGraw never. I mean, yes, that closed down, but Kronk itself
Right.
never really went away. So
Mm-hmm.
there were other locations that the gym was. The most recent one before the current one, they moved it out to Westland back in like 2022.
Okay.
And so Escott, Manuel Stewart Champions of Tomorrow, they had a real strong youth program out there. And then now with the new location, it's in the gym that Joe Louis used to train in, or in the space
Okay.
that held the gym that Joe Louis used to train in. And so there's a community center. So they're going back to the community center roots. The city of Detroit is investing a lot of money in bringing boxing back to the community centers throughout the city. And
Mm-hmm.
so it was actually the new mayor, Mary Sheffield, who identified when she was on city council this particular building to be the new home for Kronk. And anytime you see a Kronk facility, one of the things that they are committed to is preserving the history and making
Right.
sure that the branding is there to represent Kronk properly. So when you go in there, it's literally a boxing museum. So
Yeah.
when you talk
Yeah.
about the reality that Emmanuel Stewart trained over 40 world champions, each of those world champions is prominently featured in that gym. So
Wow.
there's pictures all over the place that you're going to see. There's, memorabilia and other things that are there that, you'll be able to just walk in and go see. People come in off the street like, hey, can I just go take a look?
Yeah.
I told them they need to get like a, a QR donation box just for the folks for people to come in and come take a look at it. But it's a phenomenal facility. It has a lot of they've come a long way from the basement of the Kronk Community Center.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a lot of modern amenities in there now. You can go in there and train just for boxing fitness classes and a bunch of other classes that they got going on in there. So it functions like a true gym.
Yeah.
And so it's a great thing to see. Shout out to Paul Botti and John Lepak, the two guys who are helping lead that. John is actually Paul is from overseas and came out of the technology world. And John was actually a Kronk fighter back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell him all the time, like, he retired undefeated like the greats. He was 1-0 as a pro.
Yeah.
And so, but he was there with Emmanuel. He spent a lot of time there, and then spent a lot of time traveling the world with Mike Tyson. And
That's
so he's
that's
got
dope.
a lot of experience behind that gym. So shout out to both Paul and to John and to everybody else who is helping with that. So I can't wait to see what they do. Speaking of Canadians, their
Yes, sir.
first signing was a Canadian you probably know.
Hunter Lee.
What do you think about Hunter?
Man, I like Hunter, man. Shout out to Hunter Lee, man. Got a chance to see him alive as the amateur. I think he beat my brother one time in the amateurs.
Okay.
He was the younger guy too. So he popped
Yeah.
up on the scene. Hunter's always been a hard worker, man, since I've known him and seen him. And when I saw that he was joining Kronk, I was like, man, shout out to this. This kid's gonna be something special, man. I know he's probably got like 4 or 5 fights right now. He's still building his career, but him making that transition over there, he's only gonna get better. He's also been a part of Jake Paul's camp, so you know he's getting the looks, man. He's getting the looks. He fits the part. You know, he's a good looking kid, man. Good spoken. Like he got everything, bro, and he's flashy with it. So I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. And Kronk, they got something over there, man. In Hunter Lee, he's athletic, good boxer. He's gonna work hard. Represents everything that Kronk's about, man. And shout out to him.
I like Hunter.
There.
I like Hunter a lot, and I like that he embraces the idea that like he's fully aware that Detroit, like he doesn't look like the standard Detroit.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, some of the other fighters in Detroit started calling him Baywatch.
Yeah.
And so matter of fact, who was that? That's Leonardo Tyner, Pain Server, was calling him Baywatch. And you know, he's got a great look. And I give him a hard time all the time and tell him that like his social media content does better when he doesn't have a shirt on. Like he gets more likes, more shares.
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah.
But I've had the opportunity to go to Chicago and watch Hunter fight. I've covered his fights here in Detroit, and I think that he was originally working with Third Chambers, who is Jake Paul's trainer, and now he's transitioned over to working with Jimmy Mallow on a regular basis. And I don't know if you know Jimmy, but Jimmy Mallow out of Mallow Boxing is a really well-known and respected trainer here in the area, and he is doing really good work with Hunter. Matter of fact, the last time Hunter was out, he fought another Canadian, whose name is escaping me right now. But being that guy was from Windsor, Hunter's from Windsor, so it was like a battle of Windsor versus Windsor in Detroit. And Hunter won that decision. So, you know, we're excited about Hunter down here.
Yeah. Nah, he's a good kid, man. He's gonna do things. I know it'll take him a while to get to where you want to get, but he's just getting to work hard, bro. He'll be all right, Hunter.
Yep.
You in the right family, man. Kronk, man. That whole culture there. Kronk culture is real. I mean, we seen it on the stage with Ben Whitaker, Andy Lee, man. He was a Kronk fighter. He's coaching now. He's bringing that style to these guys around the world, and we're seeing it. You know, what do you think about Andy Lee, man?
Andy's one of my all-time favorite fighters. You want to talk about a guy who just would let go and throw and wouldn't be afraid to go to war with you? I don't know, man. Did you watch that fight with him and Brian Vera? The first one?
Is that the one where he knocked dude out the ring almost?
No, that's the one where
sorry, man. We got a caller on. What up, Khaled, man? What up, man?
Hold up, bro.
Take you out the Bluetooth, bro. You hear me?
Yes, sir. You good, my man?
I bet. Hey, bro, go ahead, bro. My fault, bro. Bro was about to say something about Andy Lee. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt him.
All good. I was just saying that first Brian Vera fight, it didn't seem like it seemed like Vera had a little something extra going on there. And
yeah, the juice.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there was an extra force that seemed to be, pushing him. Anyway, long story short, he came back and avenged that loss. But I think that first Vera loss was a challenge for him. Yeah. But anyway, let's talk to the caller.
What's going on, Khaled?
What's good, bro? How y'all feeling this evening?
Good, man. Good,
bro. Hey, bro. So we like recapping the card from Friday and just like all the fights type weekend. That's what the combo at.
Yeah, I want to know what y'all think, man, because I be hearing Boots getting some criticism, and I don't understand, bro. I don't understand.
Hey, man, Boots like Boo's so talented like that. We expect so much great shit from him that he's just gonna be one of them guys that get like a lot of criticism and like a lot of scrutiny because he's such a talented fighter. But before I get to him, I'm gonna just work my
Mm-hmm.
way down and then like go up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I'm gonna start
yeah,
from the
for
bottom.
sure,
I'm gonna
for
start with
sure.
like a Jair Tucker. I'm gonna start with like a Jair Tucker. He looked excellent. You know what I'm saying? The scrap, he boxed my man ears off. You know what I'm saying? Like Buddy looked kind of lost in there. Like he wasn't really moving his head. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? He didn't really have a jab. He wasn't doubling up the jab or nothing like that. Like he was kind of throwing single shots. He would throw some combinations every now and again, but he was kind of loading up. You know what I'm saying? You could just
Yeah.
see kind of like the inexperience from him in that scrap, like and Jahad Tucker, once he kind of settled in, because I think he was trying to prove a point with like just throwing all them, throwing all those flurries in like the first couple rounds. But once he settled in and see like like this guy can't touch me, I'm gonna just outskill this guy and just like be the real ring general in here. Then he just got him up out of there, like not from a knockout standpoint, but he just outclassed him and just showed him it was level. So. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like whatever next is like for Jahir Tucker, I'm cool for whether that's him and Xander, him and Vito. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
said that he would have fought. He said he would have fought Yo Ennis Tellus if they'd have gave him more
Hey man,
bread.
he accepted the fight. They tried to switch up
Yeah.
on him last second.
Yeah, bro. Like, so you just gotta give my man that payday, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Yo Ennis is a tough scrap though. So you definitely want to be compensated for that, you know what I'm saying, properly. So but shout out to Tucker. As far as Ben Whitaker, man, he looked solid in there. He looked very sharp. You know what I'm saying? Like the speed was going with the quick jab. With the good stiff jab and all that. He had the good hook going. I think he gave my man like the check left hook, got him up out of there. Like my man, he just he been out the ring for 17 months.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he just kind of got a good payday and just went on about his business. You know what I'm saying? You probably shouldn't have been in there with a guy like Ben at this point of your career. Probably had to be like a little more active, kind of be like a little more motivated, things like that. And you know what I'm noticing, Ryan, and
Mm-hmm.
then and like my man on the panel, these brothers don't be looking all the way warmed up when they come in the ring. They still be looking like a little
Yeah,
cold
they
and
be
shit
looking
like that.
dry, some of them.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
that's
bro. I don't be
that's very
getting that,
real.
bro.
That's very
Yeah,
real.
like, yeah, I was looking at my man like, yo, you don't really look ready. Like, you kind of need to get a little juices going, light sweat. You know what I'm saying? We got to get you warmed up in here. He looked kind of cold, and and then he came out looking kind of stiff, and like as the older man getting in
Mm-hmm.
there with, even though Ben is a little older, but he don't have a lot of scraps though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's still a younger, sharper guy. You kind of want to give yourself that advantage of kind of being warmed up, but it's all good. We just got to see what's next for Ben. You know what I'm saying? He 30, so maybe they'll try to step it up a little bit for him and all that. But either way, I'll be tuned in. You know what I'm saying? Long as he fighting over here, if he overseas, I ain't really, what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, gonna be locked in too much. But then we got my man Vargas. Vargas looked good in there. You know what I'm saying? He came out in the southpaw. I knew once my man Vargas hit Buddy with the first jab to the stomach, and my man had no reaction. Like, yeah, it's about to be a slow night. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
about to be,
Ooh.
yeah, it's got to be over with. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he just got him up out of there. Like, he was very calm, very relaxed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was setting his shots up, setting traps, and just the speed of Emilio Vargas was just too much for my man. And he just set him up with that left hand. I think I can tell that he hasn't really been in there with some work yet, because he's still in there just working on shit and just trying shit. Like, yo, I'm gonna just stand southpaw this whole scrap and we just gonna see what's up.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be like an asset for him later. And like, it's good, that's gonna give him confidence that he was able to stop somebody from that side. He's been able to stop guys from like either side. Like his last fight, he was in the orthodox fit stance, and it took him maybe 8, 9 rounds. And then this fight, he got him up out of there in 4 rounds. So
Yeah.
it's clear that he's skillful on like either side. You know what I'm saying? He just kind of got to stay at it. I think next for my man, he need like a former champ, or he needs somebody like in the top 10, because and like most of the section of bodies, he like 12, 13 or something like that. So he need like a former champ that's like not all the way gone. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That can still give him like some runs, like give him some round, or like a higher guy like a Oscar, a Dwayne. Now I wouldn't say like an Andy, he like Roca and
Dangerous
all like that.
fight,
I wouldn't
man.
do that.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
them
yeah, yeah.
dangerous
That's a
guys.
dangerous fight. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't do that. But I mean,
Oh, you breaking up.
some like, you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, you good now.
Oh, my bad. I was in a bad area. I'm driving. My fault.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah.
good.
But yeah. Either way, I need like him to be in some type of title shot or something like that next. I'm sorry, not title shot. Former champ. Yeah. Last thing you need is a fucking title shot. Yeah, you don't need that yet. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely give my man like a former champ or something like that. All right. Shout out to Boots and Xander. I'm gonna start with Xander first before I get into, cause I got more criticism for Xander than not that much for Boots.
Mhm.
Hey, so per Chris Mannix today, I watched the show with him and Mora. He
Yeah.
said that he called his trainer at the end of the scrap. He's like, yo, that what he sees. He said the trainer shook his head. Was like, yo, that wasn't a part of the game plan. What Xander went in there and did and all that. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that once I saw my man like kind of step to him off rip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this isn't what we need to be doing here. Now, couple things I noticed. Xander looked very heavy, very big in this scrap. I think that in the Abbas fight and a Perez fight, Garcia, the Latin brother who he fought to
Mhm.
like get the belt, he looked big, but he looked still slimmer and like leaner. Like he looked more agile, like he was prepared to move in the scrap and
Yeah.
all that. You know what I'm saying? This scrap, he still looked in shape, but he just looked bigger. Like he looked like he put on more weight. And that got me thinking, all right, maybe in like his head, he thought that he was about to like go in there and like maybe overwhelm Boots or something like that with his size. But he was so slow, I think, from the extra weight that his defense, like his like head movement, some of the shit that's kind of decent with Xander, he didn't really have that. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of non-existent. So I thought that, you know what I'm saying, it would have been cool to like step to him, but maybe in like the later rounds and shit like that. I thought that for the first few, you know what I'm saying, you want to bet. And I had watched the Karen fight like the night before Boots. So I'm like, all right, look, Boots
Mhm.
does a lot of spectacular shit in here, but his footwork kind of coming forward, was still kind of like an issue. And I think trying to having to get through Xander jab while he moving and all that, I still think that would have gave Boots a little bit of trouble. He might have figured it out and like might have been able to box coming forward, but we still kind of haven't seen him had to do it yet because guys just keep standing right in front of him. And we saw a guy who was moving kind of give him some trouble. And when Xander was moving in the scrap, he was kind of doing it on some like let me get my bearings versus in the
Right.
a box fight, he was moving with the jab, hooking off the jab. That joint was educated. You know what I'm saying? He was throwing the right uppercut, left hook. He was running them in the shots. Like he could have been running Boots in the shots and having the educated jab hand for the first couple rounds just to see if Boots' footwork, which is one of his critiques, see if it's really gotten better. But you know what I'm saying? When you moving with no jab in them latter rounds because you're trying to get your bearings, then it's easier. But when you fresh and all that, then it's just tough. You know what I'm saying? It was
Mhm.
just tough for my man. But nonetheless, he gave a solid effort. He like gave a valiant effort and all that. He ended up hurting Boots. It probably was good that he hurt him because it kind of made look Boots look human. And then like maybe we'll get some of these scraps because guys once
Yeah.
once guys once guys see vulnerability, that's when they want to fight you. That's when you get guys like Virgil
Hmm.
tweeting silly shit and all that shit. He was saying we gonna get to Virgil in a second, but yeah, man. So I mean, Xander. Either way, you know what I'm saying. It was cool. Look, Xander cashed out. He was able to leverage these belts into a multi-million-dollar payday, headline in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like he got he got dominated physically, but you know what I'm saying. He still gave a decent showing for himself. It could have been better had he executed the game plan, but that was the youth and inexperience that once he got dropped. Like he didn't really know how to respond. Or even once he had Boots hurt, he didn't really have enough experience on how to really capitalize on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? When they were saying he don't got a lot of experience and he young, that's what
Mhm.
it was. Like you
Yeah.
kind of saw that, you know what I'm saying? And that's no excuse. He still got to get in there and rumble. I ain't saying like I'm glad he took the fight. I'm not saying that he should have took it later or nothing like that because you a unified champ in the weight class, bro. It's just how the cookie crumble. You got to get this work. But you see that in the future at 160, maybe at 168, if he comes into these type of situations again, he'll be better prepared for it. As long as Boots didn't ruin him. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think Boots ruined him. I don't think Boots like just took years off his career like that. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying. It was good that the corner stopped the scrap. I don't think he quit or nothing like that. Guys saying that he quit. Outside of the fighters, guys saying that he quit never got punched in the face before. They don't know what it's
Word.
like. Yeah,
Man,
to take a beating or just being there with punches coming back at you to say a guy, hey man, he was in there rumbling, bro. He got knocked
Mm-hmm.
down 3 times, bro. We gotta like save this man life. He in there taking punches to the face, his brain smacking his skull. You stupid motherfuckers. Like my man didn't quit.
Yeah.
Man, then quick. It'd be different if he didn't get off the stool or like he didn't keep getting
Right.
up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's
yeah.
quitting, bro. He just his corner was about to go stop it. He seen him. He just didn't be like, nah. He said, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to win. Like I'm not about to win. What the fuck I'm in
Yeah.
here just taking punishment for? So nah, man. Shout out to Xander. Just go up to 160. Stop getting so big in between fights. Change your diet up. You know what I'm saying? Change your diet up, and then just get better, and then he'll be all right. As far as my man, Jerron Boots Ennis, I think Sean Azatel made an excellent point. He like tweeted this. He said that it's about four guys in the sport of boxing that's exciting. Well, it's definitely more. Let me not be like, all right. So it's a lot of guys that can fight, but not marketed correctly, and just you don't know about. It's dudes that can fight over the world,
Mm-hmm.
but like the marketed guys who we know in boxing who are exciting, but also pound for pound guys. David Benavidez, Jerron Boots Ennis, Ben Rodriguez, Noah Inoue. Those are
Yeah.
dudes that's coming in the ring to stop you via skill. Like display a lot of skill, but I'm in here to stop you brutally. I'm trying to knock you the fuck out, and I'm gonna do it in an exciting fashion. And then that's who Jerron Boots Ennis is. He was devastating the other night, bro. Like he's very sharp. You know what I'm saying? He was landing combination punches. He was touching that body. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like that uppercut he used to knock him down in there. Like he was in there working. You know what I'm saying? He was in there working. Like he would like the speed was like clearly too much for Xander. Like the athleticism. Like he was strong in there. He was sturdy in there. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was just a lot to deal with. He was clearly the better fighter. That's what it is, bro. Sometimes you just get in there. Nah, this is the better man. You know what I'm saying? This was the better man. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I would say was, I think he kind of I think he stopped using the jab to like a certain part of the fight. Like to like start off the fight, he had Xander with a jab in the first 10 seconds, snapped his head back. Then he landed a double jab that did the same thing. I'm like, oh shit. Like, see, that's the thing. Like he be wanting to mix and kind of get in there and work so much that if
Yep.
he would have stayed behind the jab, Xander wouldn't have touched him, and he still would have stopped him. He just might have did it in like the ninth or 10th
Right.
versus the seventh. You know what I'm saying? So you're still breaking him down, and you can still do it in an exciting way, but you just stay behind the jab, and that jab is educated, or you feinting it, then you hooking off that bitch, you jab, uppercut off that much, step back. It's so many shots you can do off the jab that if you stay behind that joint, you know what I'm saying? It's still just as devastating. So I think he kind of let it go a little bit too much. I think he lost focus a little bit. That's in that second round when he got to talking. That's one of his shortcomings. He be kind of getting involved in the crowd a little bit too much. You get to looking, talking to people and all that, and
Mm-hmm.
then he kind of got caught. He got hurt and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I think that like I think the defensive point is not overblown. All right, hold up. All right. Niggas be kind of gassing it like a little bit, but
Yeah.
then it does have some like relevancy. Like, all right, he's not a terrible defender. Like, he was definitely making Xander miss and all that, but he could be a little more responsible and kind of be a little more fundamentally sound as far as his defense. Like, it's still kind of athleticism based
Yep.
versus like there's a technical way to really slip these shots. He don't like he do it, but he don't. And I think that against guys like Fondura or like Virgil, or even when you go up to 160, as you're dealing with bigger men, and as you get a little older and like some of the wear and tear take place and your reflexes aren't as sharp, then you're gonna have to rely on the technical way of and the fundamental way of slipping the shot properly versus because he was slipping shit with his hands down and all
Mm-hmm.
that, and that looked good, and he was getting out the way. But it's like I don't know, you could maybe keep your hands up, maybe like do some shit a little differently versus it like it looked flashy, but it could just be a little tighter. And I don't know, like maybe they'll go back to the drawing board, like maybe like cause in the press conference he gonna say, "Yo, I was lazy and all that type of shit." That's real quick pivot, real quick. Fighters that be downplaying their competition is some of the dumbest shit, bro. I hate when
Yeah.
fighters be like, "Yo, he not that nice. He regular, boom, boom, boom." Like, hey, bro, like big him up, bro. Cause
Mm-hmm.
if you just keep downplaying him, we just gonna say he was in there with a mediocre regular guy, and what the fuck that do for you, bro? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck that do for you, bro? Big him up, bro. You was in a tough fight. He made you work. You had to get in your back. He hurt you. We seen it. We saw him hurt you. Your head snapped back. And you was in that bitch wobbly leg. Like, oh
Yup.
shit. We was scared. Oh shit. Is he finna is he finna go down in this bitch? So yeah, bro. So it's just like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just kind of gotta tighten up a little bit. But we'll see. Hopefully when he laying down at night, he got all right, I kind of do gotta get sharp in here a little bit, like, cause I am up here at 154, like I'm not, like I was in there with a real 54 pounder, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, like like I fight Fundora, I fight Virgil, even like a guy, let's say he don't try to unify, and he fight a guy like Brandon Adams, who a real 154 guy,
Yep.
who like been in there with Charlo and shit like that. Let's say he fight a guy like that, or like a Madrimov, who like these is big dudes. You know what I'm saying? You kind of gotta, you're not finna overwhelm everybody like that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to really, box and like have some real defense. But other than that, though, I was completely, and those are small things that can be fixed, but you can't dismiss it. You know what I'm saying? And you can't like be like, fuck it. Like, nah, you have to address this. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
gotta,
Yeah,
or
you got
or
it.
or or you're gonna be on some Roy Jones shit where like once the athleticism slipped. And well, it was a couple things with Roy. It was the weight shit, but then once the athleticism started slipping, it was a little tougher. So, you know what I'm saying? You just want to tighten those things up. But overall, man, Jerron Boots in his pound for pound guy. He's the guy that I could get behind. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy that's really about the business. He's gonna talk a little bit, talk a little shit, and that's cool. I ain't never really words ain't necessarily moving me. But you know what I'm saying? He's a guy that I can get behind because, you know, like there's a certain mentality from certain guys that's in the weight classes of 135 to like 147 where they just want to get the win. And that's cool. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? But there's still like there's I find or I can get behind guys more that's like, no, I'm trying to break you down
Yeah.
skillfully behind the jab, but I'm still trying to stop you though. Like I'm in here to stop you. I can stop you boxing on the back foot. I can stop you coming forward. I can stop you on the inside. I can stop you at mid range. I'm just stopping shit. And those
Mm-hmm.
3, 4 guys who I like initially named, they all with that. Whatever range, whatever style, whatever I need to do in this shit, I'm just here to do it. But my ultimate goal is to knock you the fuck out and stop you. I'm not in here playing. I'm not tweeting. I'm not doing all this other silly shit some of these other guys is doing. No, I'm in the gym and I'm getting paydays and I'm getting notoriety from beating ass brutally, violently. You know what I'm saying? Skillfully. So that's what so shout out Jerron Boots Ennis. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get some criticism because every fighter gets criticism. It's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? We still talking about him right now. You know what I'm saying? On
Exactly.
the Boxing Voice, they had a 7-hour show. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas was in there rumbling, bro. Even
Mm-hmm.
Xander, like niggas still loving Xander because he just gave a good effort. Whether you criticize his game plan and all that type of shit, it was still look.
Yeah, it
It was
was.
the main event. As Ryan, I'm telling you, bro. It was a main event in New York City, Saturday night, Brooklyn. They was in there rumbling, bro. We
Mm-hmm.
they got a multi-million-dollar payday. We had to pay for the pay-per-view. Them tickets was high as fucking New York, and they gave in game in that bitch and rumble, bro.
Yep.
That's what bro. They gonna love you. We not gonna throw you away. Sometimes it's about how you lose.
Right.
Sometimes it's about how you lose, bro. You can come back if you give an excellent effort. So shout out Jerron Boots Ennis. Looking forward to his next scrap. Now, as I close out, big dog, I appreciate y'all for letting me go. I appreciate him, and I fuck with Ryan, bro. Ryan's the man.
I
So look,
appreciate you, man.
And you, my brother, you know what I'm saying? I'll be tuning in. I know you on the show. You sound like you're a pretty savvy guy yourself, black man. So I mean, well, brother, I'm not sure what you are, but you my brother anyway. I ain't get a chance to get a good look at you, but you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, brother. But in the end of the day, what do I think is next for Boots? That is what I think. I wouldn't rush to no unification, especially with no Fundora. You know what I'm saying? Not now, because this is why. That was a hard ass fight that he was just in. Like that was a very hard fight. Niggas gonna try to downplay it, even though he was physically dominant. It was still a very physical fight. So like he gonna need a break. Like he
Hmm.
gonna need a break. And then like Fundura is a very tough fight. It don't matter what Fundura is the hardest fight at 154
Yeah,
pounds.
I agree.
Period. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's a hard ass fucking fight. So and I don't think Fundura and them want that work right now anyway, because now they saying Fundura is in conversation with Boots. But then earlier, Eddie Hearn said that Fundura was in conversations with Josh Kelly and all
Mm.
that. And then they said that Josh Kelly and Josh Kelly and Boots was next. Well, the reality is Fundura is gonna see what's gonna happen with Earl Spence, and then Charlo is over there as well. So they're gonna
Yeah.
keep building him. That's gonna be some PBC shit, potentially, more than likely. And then we'll see what happens. And then Virgil Ortiz and them, they should try to fight Fundura to at least try to get the belt over there, activate the WBC shit. That's what they should do, because
Hmm.
if you try to go to the table with Boots right now, they're gonna lowball you. They're gonna
Hell
disrespect you.
yeah.
Bro, you have no belt. You haven't been active. It don't matter who you fight prior. It don't matter. So you best, if you want to get some leverage at the table, you best try to get you a belt or something first, unless you just want to take what you can get, and you will be the underdog in the scrap. So, you know what I'm saying? And you're not going to get as much money. It's not going to be no 50-50 like how it was with Xander and Boots, because
Hmm.
nah, they just not going to do that. It's just nah for that.
Nah,
So,
nah, nah. Sorry,
yeah, it's
Virgil.
over with, bro. So yeah, so not for Virgil, yeah, bro. So, yo, you was talking shit too, yeah, you're not getting 50-50. So I think that Boots is probably gonna go to Philly, fight a decently named guy, but somebody that's respectful, a respectable, but somebody who he can kind of deal with.
Right.
Get the homecoming fight in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Later on in the year, like November, December, because he need a little break
Yeah,
and
for
all that,
sure.
because that was a tough fight, bro. That was a tough fight, bro. Like if Xander hurt you, bro. You got your head snapped back. You had a long camp. You've been sparring light heavyweights and shit. You like have a certain way that you approach boxing, which is very exciting, but it can be taxing on the body. So you do need you a little break, and you probably don't need a tough ass scrap. And we go to 2027. After things clear out, we can see what Earl Spence gonna do. See if him and Fundura gonna fight. Maybe you try to bring Charlo back to the table. Maybe get him in the ring, because even though that's Charlo, he ain't fought in 3 years,
Hmm.
and you would be the favorite in that fight, and you could probably stop him just from your activity and youth and just where Charlo is in his career and shit like that. So I would like to see. I don't want to see no unification yet, and it's not just finna happen yet. It's like Josh Kelly, he got a fight in July.
Right.
Eddie Hearn, that's his UK brethren. He not finna serve you up to Boots. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he just not finna do, not yet anyway.
Yeah.
Like he just not finna do that, bro.
You
It's
gonna
just
wait a bit.
yeah, exactly. They're gonna wait a bit, bro. So but nonetheless, 154 is on fire. We got Abdullah Mason this weekend and all that shit.
Hmm.
Looking forward to when you talk about that, Ryan, and all that. So, man, y'all brothers, I appreciate y'all letting me go.
Appreciate you,
Enjoy this,
Khaled.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna just keep checking out the show, man. You have an excellent night, bro.
You too, brother. I appreciate you calling in, man. Showing love to the channel. It's always nice getting the people's opinion. Shout out to my guy Khaled. We got some people in the building. Adam Hurley, what's going on, man? I think my guy L Dub's in here too. I missed him, man. L Dub Boxing, salute. My man Adam Hurley, he said, man, El Rayo is a beast. He got revenge on Colbert and De Los Santos. Shout out to El Rayo. Yeah. Was he like 2-0 in rematches now? Stop both guys, man. Shout out to American One in the building. Jesus. Button's all sticky, man. Trying to hit that button. He said, Virgil said Spence was his dream fight. Duck talk. Yo, trust me. When he said that, bro, we knew he was capping, right? We all knew Virgil was telling lies, bro. And you know how we treat these lies around here.
Never told me she was black. Did I or did I not assault you? Oh, he beat the hell out of me, man. What? Look, I'm not gonna lie to the sister.
You know, Virgil Ortiz, man, he said that when Jerron Boots Ennis pulled up on him. I think that was when Boots went to the fight, went in the ring and said, yo, let's get it on. And this man over here sitting talking about Earl Spence, bro. Shout out to American One. He said the Barclays was rocking. I believe that, bro. It sounded like it was. It sounded like it was. Shout out to Zero Earth. He said, hi, friends. What up, Zero Earth, man? He said, Boots loses to Fedora forever. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Coming with that quality hate, Zero Earth. He said, nothing Boots can do about that long-armed scarecrow. He's saying that man got a long-ass arm, bro. He said, no one trains to punch the ceiling. Nah, it's a fact, bro. American One said Fedora is protected by the PBC. Boots stops him late. Ooh. Zero Earth said Boots by TKO in the 8th round. He said Dad stops the fight in the corner. Or you talking about? He must be talking about Virgil then. American One says why Fedora stay seated when Mendoza chopped him down, man. Timber. It's a fact, man. American One said incorrect. Fedora or Kelly in the fall. Ortiz on Cinco de Mayo. Oh, shoot. Yo, imagine if he gets Virgil on Cinco, man. Boots Ennis. That'd be a movie. I'm not going front, man. If you Jerron Boots Ennis, that's a hell of a timeline, bro. You try to make that shit happen, man. But shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure if you just tuned in, you smash that like button like Ann Wolfgang.
Did not really fight her.
Oh, big right. One punch. That is it. Forget about the count. It is over.
So salute to everybody in the building, man. Salute to the members. We won some money this weekend. We had Kane Sandoval and Rayo. Gave you guys those picks. Kane Sandoval and Rayo. I think it was a plus 314 two-legger parlay. That one hit. Shout out to Kane for getting the big win against Brandon Lee on the Zupa card. He just used a good game plan, man. Got away from the power early. Brought Brandon Lee into those deep rounds and just drowned him, man. Shout out to Kane Sandoval. Did his thing. And then obviously Rayo, man. I just thought Rayo he's just been through better fights lately. So I just took him off activity pretty much. Dead with Santos, he just been inactive, bro. Like he ain't been really in a meaningful fight in a while, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Man, Boxing Junkie TV says, I think Boots will be fighting Ortiz like he fought Zayas. Ortiz hit a lot harder. Okay. Oh, yeah, I read that a while ago, man. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, I just think that let's take a look actually at the ring for a few of these guys' future opposition they can get. We'll start with Ben Whitaker, man, because I think he's a guy who's in a unique position in the sense of like he's on the cusp of fighting the top names, but I still think he's still far away from fighting David Benavidez, even Arthur Beterbiev. I think he's still kind of far away from that. But the names that I do think he can go against and create big fights with, obviously, are the guys here. Boazzi, that's probably a huge fight in the UK. Both guys, countrymen. Willie Hutchison, same thing, countryman. Probably another big domestic fight. Iman Khatib, he's got a storyline. A lot of people thought he beat David Morrell. So I think that's another good fight. And then Hot Rod, man. Hot Rod just had a big stoppage on Zufa card against Vazdik. He showed his punching power carries late in the fight. So even possibly Vazdik getting in there with Ben Whitaker, man. But I think Ben's, like Eddie said, about two fights away, I would say, from being, in that type of position to fight for a title. Shout out to my guy Dwayne Styles in the building. He says, salute Ryan from the 6. We in here, man. Shout out to Dwayne Styles, man, my guy. He said Brooklyn was incredible. You was at the Barclays, Dwayne? Yo, did you pull up on round 1, bro? Shout out to round 1, man. I was watching a bit. I was in and out of TBV today, man. My man Ness, my man Ness was on fire this morning when he was yelling at round 1, bro. I was like, golly, the hell's wrong with round 1, man? I didn't get the gist of the conversation, so I was like, man, I can't even comment on this because I don't even know what the hell's going on. But I think Ness was trying to like hammer down a point, and it just wasn't going. I don't know. All right, in the rankings though for the ring right now, they got Jerron Boots Ennis is number 1. And he said go on the latest live from this morning and look at my comment. Okay. He said I saw you in the chat. Yeah, I was in the chat, bro. Oh, you pulled up on Marco? Shout out to Marco, man. Yeah. I think round 1 said he was at the fight too. Round 1 was biased, and he said that he was yeah. He was biased. He was definitely biased for Xander. Yeah. He's going for his Puerto Rican brethren, man. Nothing wrong with that. But you gotta acknowledge the bias sometimes, right? All right, for Boots Ennis, man. My man Callan said he doesn't want him in a tough fight, so let's see if we can find him another fight. Cause I do kind of agree with what Khaled is saying, like, going through that type of camp, maybe he fights a guy like Backram. Backram is a former champ, was a boogeyman before Josh Kelly. Maybe he goes in there and beats up on Backram. Or Brandon Adams, like Khaled said, Brandon Adams is a good name. And then now you circle in the other guys, man. Josh Kelly, he already beat Xander. Israel Madrimov, possibly. Madrimov needs a break, bro. Madrimov's been in some tough fights, man. He took on Bud, and then he took on Virgil back to back. That shit was crazy. But looking at a few, like the WBA. Let's see who's in the WBA. Yoenis Tellis, Ishmael Flores, Madrimov, Alex Braso. I don't really know anybody in the WBA who can give Jerron like a real run for his money, man. But the WBO, that Rashidi Ellis fight might be back on the table now for much less money. Tim Tszyu, if he can get past Earl Spence, that's probably a good little fight for Jerron. Brandon Adams again. Backroom, there he is. Giovanni Santillan. I mean, decent name. I think Jerron Boots Ennis is in the driver's seat. He got options for sure. It'll be interesting to see who he fights next. I think of all the guys on the card, he's probably got the most options right now. See what he could deal with, man. See what he could do. But at the same time, I don't know, man. I don't know. Jerron might just go ahead and go into a unification next. He seems like he's on a mission. Next, we got Emiliano Vargas, man, at 140. What is he going to be doing next? He said, or not him, but his team said potentially George Kambosos will be looking in the WBO rankings, which is nuts right now. He's number 2, which means he could be ordered to fight Lindolfo for an eliminator to Shakur Stevenson. He's got Oscar Duarte there as well. Adam Azim, Ernesto Mercado. This is a gauntlet, man. Alberto Puello, Jack Graffiti. He had a good little win on the Wardley Dubois undercard. And Alfredo Santiago, we know him. And my man Arthur Beersanoff, man. That's another guy who's fighting for, I think he's fighting for a title, right? The IBF title soon against, who's he fighting against? He's fighting against Lindolfo, I think, for the IBF title. Arthur and Lindolfo. So, Emiliano won't be fighting those two guys at least. But yeah, there's so much danger at 140. I don't know who they're going to put him in with next. Yeah, there's guys all over the place, man. This is a good division. Frank Martin, I forgot about him, man. Johan Ober was nice. Israel Mercado, okay, maybe that's a fight Vargas can go for. Ernesto Mercado's uncle, man. That might be a decent scrap for Emiliano. We'll see. We'll see what he can bring to the table, though. My man, Birdman Jr. in the building. Lindolfo Food. He said he's food, man. He said he's food. So the Boots, sorry, not the Boots, but he said Tito Mercado versus Emiliano might be too soon. Damn. Nah, I'm talking about Israel Mercado though. Tito Mercado's uncle. He's actually ranked, man. He might be able to go there and fight Emiliano right now. Or near Albright, yeah, that's a decent scrap for sure. We know Albright as being a tough customer, so if you want somebody to push Emiliano, see where he's at. Albright might be the best guy to call, actually. Zupa Boxing, man. They trying to sell us. They trying to sell us, y'all. On Shakur Stevenson versus Rayo, man. I ain't buying it, man. I ain't buying it. I don't think Shakur Stevenson gonna jump in the ring against Rayo. I see Rayo as being ambitious. Shout out to him. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna get that fight, man. I don't think so. Shout out to Birdman. He said Johan Ober will wash him, to be honest. I've watched his fights. He's dangerous. Yeah, that's why I was like, yo, man. I've been telling people about Johan Ober, man. I've been saying, yo, y'all sleeping on him, man. He's so far for me, he's easy money, bro. He beating like a lot of people, bro. I don't have many people at 140 beating Johan Ober. He's a good fighter. He just got to get in there with the guys, to be honest. But yeah, man, Zupa trying to sell us on that Rayo shit. I don't believe it. Rayo and Shakur. I don't know who Rayo got to fight next, man. I mean, they have Mark Masago there. I think Mark's a good fighter, man. You know, I think he's got the aggressive style to push Rayo for sure. I don't know who else Zufa has at their 135 division that can make for a super interesting fight with Rayo. I'd have to take a look, man. Shout out to my brother, man, Toledo Treese. Salute to him, man. A big weekend coming up for Treese, man. He said they're going to put Emiliano in there with Jermaine Ortiz. Yo, they might. I mean, Nero Albright and Jermaine Ortiz, they kind of like the guys for Top Rank to call, man, to test their guys out. Those guys always get the calls, man. Jermaine Ortiz, he's a tricky fighter too, so that might be a tough fight for Emiliano if you can't figure it out. Birdman Jr. said Toledo Trace likes violence. So do I. Ortiz versus Vargas sounds nice. Okay. Jermaine Ortiz, yeah, man. Because Jermaine Ortiz, he's kind of switched his style up just a bit. Fighting on the front foot a lot more. Trying to get, in the action because, he was told in his fights with, I believe, Tio and, Lomachenko, like a lot of people had the criticism that, hey, he didn't do enough to win the fight. I don't feel that way, but hey, people going to say what they're going to say, but we do have the call-in links there. I just pinned them. I didn't pin them, but I just put them in the chat again. Let me pin them to the chat this time. Shout out to y'all. We got the X Spaces rocking. We got the Discord rocking. Shout out to everybody who called in already, man. Shout out to my guy, actually, Keith Paul, who had to jump off the panel while my man Khaled was taking his call. Shout out to Keith Paul, man. Works a lot in Detroit boxing. Does a lot of good things there. So, shout out to him, man. He's doing this thing. And to be honest, y'all should go check him out, Keith Paul. He's doing great thing with millions.co. That's how I know him through it. But at the same time, he's doing Detroit boxing, man. He's going to be at the Clarissa show on August 15th in Atlanta. He'll be covering that. So, yeah, man, Keith Paul, he's doing his thing. Shout out to Tyson, 4206. What's going on, man? First time I'm seeing you in the chat, but salute to you. He said, damn, I ran across your channel a few weeks back and been looking for it ever since, man. Glad I found you live tonight. Salute to you, fans. Salute, bro. Hopefully you hit that subscribe button this time around. And then you get that notification because I will be going live again on Thursday night. I'll do the Abdullah Mason and Albert Bell show on that night. Shout out to my brother Treese. Hopefully he can come through. Hopefully he's not working. What is it? He's gonna be going to that show, so hopefully he's not working, bro. But yeah, man. I appreciate you, Tyson, for tuning in, bro. Thanks for looking for me. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Birdman Jr. He said like and subscribe so you don't lose him again. Yes, sir. Yeah, bro. Because when you come over here, you know, it's all family, bro. You rocking with me. You know what it is.
This your boy?
Yeah, that's my boy, nigga. We rep the same smart tech.
You just got fucked up with him. Both y'all niggas gonna get clapped up when I get back.
Yeah, we rocking the same shit over here, bro. It's all love over here, man. No matter if the ops come through. We good, man. I appreciate you, Tyson, man. But yeah, man, the Zuffa card was good. I enjoyed it. I think it was Floyd Diaz, man. He had an upset loss, and I bet on him. He had an upset loss. And then it was kind of funny, bro. Like at first I was like, damn, I freaking lost money. And then I looked over and I saw my man Jesse Thompson, who I've also had on the show before. He's a coach down in Florida. You know, Jesse Thompson's a great guy, man. He's from Canada. He's from Montreal. He invites my brother down to train at his gym. This is a guy who's a young guy, packed his life up, packed his family up, moved from Montreal, moved to Florida to open up. His dream was to open up a boxing gym and to get it running. Took him a few years. He did all, like it was through COVID as well, too. He did this. Brought his family down there. At first, he was just doing a cut man job for Pro Box, so he's working the Pro Box cards. Now he's got his own gym. He's got his own fighters running. And he picked up a big upset there against Floyd Diaz as Tehran. That was his fighter, man, that he was in the corner with. And I'm happy for him that he got the upset there on Zuffa. He also was in the corner with Hot Rod as well, too. And he's got another guy as well that just signed the Zuffa, Australian guy, man. Forget his last name. Tapia, I believe his last name is. He's a 160-pounder, undefeated. So shout out to my man Jesse Thompson for getting that win over Floyd Cashflow Diaz as a huge upset. That was a good one, man. Tyson said Brandon Lee got upset too, but he needs a lot of work. Yeah, you know, the Brandon Lee fight, shout out to all the members, the YouTube members. You join the members for $1 a month. I gave out a betting slip that was Kane Sandoval and Jose Rayo, and it paid out like plus 314 money line. Man, I just thought Kane was gonna be too much for Brandon Lee. You know, Brandon Lee hasn't been in any type of real fight, in my opinion. Yes, he's 30-0, but his career has just been not consistent at all. And I think Kane Sandoval learned a lot in that Hammer Hands fight, his first fight on Zuffa. He learned a lot, and you saw that early in the fight here. He didn't trade with Brandon Lee early, man. He let Brandon Lee's power fade a bit, and then he started to take him into deep waters, man. I thought Kane Sandoval did a good job, had a good game plan, showed that even though he has lesser fights than Brandon Lee, he is the more mature fighter, man. He's been in the fire more, and he showed that, man. He brought the fight to Brandon Lee, especially when he started to go to the body, man. Brandon Lee was just got the win taken right out of him. And shout out to Brandon Lee. He didn't quit. He didn't get stopped. He actually kept fighting, man. He was trying to fight with Kane at one point, but Kane just too much volume, man. Too much power, and just overtook him, man. Shout out to Birdman Jr. Said, what do you think about Albert Ramirez versus Whitaker? Yeah, I think Whitaker he packs up Albert Ramirez. Ramirez is lucky to even still have that WBA strap, because like I thought he lost his last fight. But yeah, the judges, they didn't give it to him. The buddy there from England. But yeah, I think Ben Whitaker does him dirty, bro. I think Ben Whitaker does him dirty. Shout out to Tyson 4206 says I definitely enjoyed that fight. Yeah, that was a good fight. Yeah, Kane Sandoval. I think Kane Sandoval, when he fighting, here's like my man Khaled said, like Bam Boots, Benavidez, and anyway, they the exciting skill fighters. Like he said that was a key word you guys got to hear when he said that, skill fighters. When I'm talking about these guys next, I'm going to talk about the two guys like off the top of my dome that if I hear them in any type of fight, I know it's going to be a fight of the night. Ryan Rozicki, the guy who fought CBS, and Kane Sandoval. They're both on Zuffa. Those two guys, whenever they fight anybody, it's going to be performance of the night, man, because of the way they fight. They press the action. They force you into fights. So, yeah, I think Kane Sandoval, he's always probably going to win a fight of the night, man. He's always going to get that bonus as long as his name is in there. and same with Ryan Rozicki, man, because they both just have that same dog mentality, man. Both of them guys. I love both of them, man. Shout out to Kane. Trying to get him on the channel, man. Hopefully now that he's done fighting, I'll shoot him a message again. I'll try to get an interview with him. I'd love to interview him. But Ryan Rozicki, we've interviewed him 2 times now, right before he went and did this fight on, what the fuck? Fight on Zuffa. That's crazy, bro. But yeah, man, we're definitely gonna try to interview him again before his next fight out. I know he's probably healing up, getting right. So we'll see, man. Shout out to Ryan Rozicki and Kane Sandoval. Those guys are highlight fighters all the time, bro. Doing their thing. My man Birdman said, does Butler have a chance against Berlanga? Might have watched him once or twice, but doesn't ring a bell for what he brings to the table. Yeah, he's got a chance for sure. Steven Butler, he's got a chance because of his style, bro. And I think it kind of also what Hamza Shiraz did to Berlanga. Did it make Berlanga now? Is he going to be gun shy? We're going to have to see that early in the fight. Is Berlanga going to punch with Steven Butler? Because Steven Butler is going to come out and he's going to try to stop Berlanga, man. That's just who he is. He's a come forward fighter. So he's going to be there to be hit, but he's going to be there to throw punches with bad intentions. So can Berlanga weather the early storm he's going to get from Steven Butler? And can Steven Butler take Berlanga's punches if Berlanga's punching back? But I think we got to see how Berlanga looks, man, because he's the one who got stopped in his last fight really bad, right? Steven Butler's lost all his fights by stoppage. He's lost to Janabek. He's lost to mostly champions, to be real, outside of Brandon Cook. He's lost to Janabek, Rayo Motoraya, who's the Japanese champion for a while there. And he lost to somebody else too, Steven Butler. But I think he's got a chance, right? Especially if we don't know which Edgar's coming back. So we'll see, man. If Edgar's not focused, he can get caught slipping for sure. But we'll see what he brings to the table. My man Tyson said Rayo and lucky, man. He didn't get disqualified. Yeah. Nah, he is lucky with that extra punch, man. I don't know why he did that. I don't think he needed to do that, to be honest. I thought he was pretty good. I thought he was fine. No, I thought Edwin De Los Santos was out cold. So I don't know why Rayo did it, but he's lucky the commission already ruled it and said that, they didn't feel like it really helped him keep De Los Santos down. But shout out to Adrian Clark, who did petition it with the commission and trying to take it above that, doing the right thing for his guy as a manager. Because, it looked like a cheap shot. I'm not going to lie, man. It looked like a cheap shot. But, this is boxing. They probably won't do the right thing. Just being honest, they probably won't do the right thing. But, shout out to Adrian Clark for trying to make sure or force the hand, right? That's all you could do, man, at that point. But we'll see, man. We'll see. He said it was blatantly late. Could have ruined the possible KO of the year. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it was a different ref, right? Somebody may not have took that lightly, man. They could have, like you said, disqualified Rayo. And then it's like, bro, like you had a highlight reel knockout that turned into another L to this man for you. So I agree, man. I think, You know, Rayo didn't need to do that. That was unnecessary. He's lucky. He's lucky. They're not penalizing him for that. But yeah, man. We'll see. We'll see, man. But shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you smash that like button like Ann Wolf, y'all.
Did not really fight her.
Oh, big right. One punch. That is it. Forget about the count. It is over.
Yeah, man. And make sure y'all smash it, and share the show. Share the show with a friend and a friend. Tell them to come through, man. Hurry up and buy, dog.
Is anything you looking for?
Some gummies.
Gummies?
Hurry up and buy.
No.
Yo, AB's crazy, dog. Oh, man. I got mixed emotions about my guy, AB, man. I'm happy he making money, but I don't like how he doing it, right? I don't like how he doing it, man. He should be training them young cats, bro. Getting them ready for their fights, man. Instead of doing all that weird stuff. But hey, to each his own, man. To each his own, man. My guy Tyson said the other fight was pretty good too. I forgot the older guy's name, but he was just getting busy too. You talking about the Floyd Diaz, or was there another fight? There was there was the Rayo, Kane. There was another fight in between too. Oh, Omar Trinidad. Yeah. That was Omar Trinidad who fought against a former champ though, but he was at another weight division. I think 115 or something like that. They said. Now Omar Trinidad did his thing, got a win. Tony Hirsch, he got a big stoppage. Tony Hirsch Jr. That was a nice stoppage he had there. Shout out to Zuffa, man. They had another good show, man. And like I said my last stream, bro, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with having competition, boys and girls. But Dana White is right, man. It's funny how when he showed up, now everybody want to work together. Hey, it's for the better, though. It's for the better when they all working together. So, I mean, in a way, he is making boxing better. No matter like how, whatever spectrum you try to spin it, he's making the promoters make the fights now. So, trust me, man. I'm not mad at Dana White at all. Yeah, the co-main, Omar Trinidad, he fought on the co-main there. Guess the Filipino guy, I believe. Filipino former champion. I forget his name, man. But yeah, for me, I'm a boxing, like, I just can watch anybody, right? So these Zuffa cards, even though they don't have like the names, I love it, man. They give me literally the Pro Box style. Like the Vince Pro Box on steroids. That's what I call it, man. It's Pro Box if Pro Box had a super budget. That's what it is. And Pro Box was awesome on the Wednesdays. I thought like that was genius what they were doing. I get it. Them doing it in their facility, they probably losing a lot of money because it's hard to get people out on a Wednesday night to come and watch some fights. But man, I thought the atmosphere in those Pro Box Wednesday nights was sometimes they were just fire, bro. They were awesome. So we'll see, man. Pro Box is going to the $5 a month model on YouTube, I believe. I'm not mad at that either, bro. $5 a month, and I know Pro Box gonna give me they're gonna give me fights, man. They're gonna give me good fights too. They match, so I got no problems paying that. Other people will because they don't have the name value. They don't carry the big names like some of the promoters. But look, man, if you want good boxing, Pro Box is good boxing. I suggest anybody to watch Pro Box. You know, it's not free anymore. It used to be free, but they're starting a $5 a month model with YouTube. So yeah, it'll be $5 a month. But yo, man, I appreciate y'all for having me tune into the show. Appreciate to my co-host who came through. My man Keith Paul. Make sure you guys go check him out. He was on the panel earlier in the stream. Great guy, man. Looking forward to actually working with him more. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Really, man. Y'all keep me rocking out. Y'all keep me going. I appreciate my guy G5 Jeff for dropping the $10 super chat. showing love to the stream. Everybody who hit the like button, man, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to my man Tyson who just subbed to the channel. I appreciate you too, man. And Birdman and you know, Z Pacino, L Dub Boxing, my man Dwayne Styles, American One, Zero Earth, Adam Hurley, Flashy Boy, Gavin Shepard. I appreciate y'all. L Dub Boxing. I miss anybody? Z Pacino, El Patini. Salute to you. With the Mexican flags. Technique in the building. Salute to you, man. Jackie Hernandez. Salute to Jackie Hernandez. She's been rocking out with me lately. I appreciate that, Jackie. Chile de Garcia, Boxing Junkie. Yeah, man. Eddie Alvarez, my guy. You already know Eddie. Flexing and stepping. I appreciate y'all, man. Hopefully, Logan Little, man. I almost forgot you. Shout out to Logan. I appreciate everybody for rocking out with me, man. Y'all really keep me moving and grooving. We probably going to do another show on Thursday night, like I said, for the Abdullah Mason versus Albert Bell preview and predictions, man. So y'all enjoy. Y'all be cool. Peace.